Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball guessing game. I'm picking my numbers to the drawing on May 8th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game, Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you, and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball Lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, so with this video, I invite you to grab some paper and play along. Okay, so what you're looking at here is what I call the game card. This is where I try to eliminate the numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so you can see I have 5 colors on my game card. They are red, orange, green, blue, and purple. These represent the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Powerball homepage, find out what those 5 white numbers were. And they were the 31, 39, 47, 51, and 53. The Powerball number was 6, but right now I'm only concerned about these 5 white ball numbers. Okay, so you can see I put those numbers at the top of this list. Again, it was the 31, 39, 47, 51, and 53. And now I'm going to put some colors to it like I did here in the past. Okay, so you can see on my game card, this is for May 6th. So I need to update it to the 8th. But before I do, I need the colors for these numbers. Okay, so the 31 is blue. The 39 is purple. The 47 is red, the 51 is green, and the 53 is red. So again, the 31 was blue, the 39 was purple, the 47 and 53 were both red, and the 51 was green. Okay, so 4 out of the 5 colors came up. So I'm going to make this 246 color code drawings I kept track of so far. And now a 4 color combination has now come up 92 times. Okay, so what I want you to focus on is the 3 color combination. You can see that this comes up the most at 121 out of 246 drawings. Okay, so what that means to me is that most of the time 2 colors are not coming up. And that's what I want to focus on here. Okay, so again, the object of the game is to eliminate groups of numbers. So the strategy here is try to correctly guess what color group will not be coming up and eliminate that group of numbers off of the game card. Okay, so I'm going to update the game card. So I'm going to get rid of all these colors and start from scratch. Okay, so my color code is right here. Here's the red numbers, then the orange, green, blue, and whatever's left over is purple. So I'm going to transfer these 15 numbers in the red area over to the game card as red numbers. Okay, so I'll start with the 31, the 39, the 51, the 53, and the 47. The next line down is the 21, the 26, 30, 45, and 47. And you can see that 47 is taken. So the next line down is the 3, the 38, the 55, the 61, and 66. So again, I'm going to make these red numbers. Okay, so you can see that the 47 came up twice, so there should be 14 numbers on my game card. So I'll count and make sure. Okay, so I got 3, 2 are 5, 3 are 8, 2 are 10, and 4 are 14. So I'm going to make this 14 up here. This tells me of how many colors I have on the game card. Okay, so moving on to the orange. I'm going to transfer these 20 numbers over as orange numbers. Okay, so I'll start with the 16. The 53 is already taken. So the 54, the 57, and 65. The next line down is the 2, the 15. The 30 is taken. So the 35 and 49. The next line down is the 19. The 21 is taken. The 55 is taken. The 66 is taken, so I'll go with the 68. And the last line is the 17, the 36, 47 is taken, so the 63 and 68 is taken. So again, I'm going to make these orange. And now I'm going to count how many I have. So over here I got 2 and 3 are 5, 3 are 8, 2 are 10, and 3 are 13. Okay, so now I'd move on to the green area, then the blue, and then again whatever's left over is purple. But you can see I already did this game card here, so I'm just going to copy and paste. Okay, so here's my game card for May 8th, 2023. So again, there was 14 red numbers, 13 orange, turned out to be 19 green, 15 blue, and 8 purple numbers. Okay, so why is this color code thing important at all? Okay, it's because I found a consistency with this, okay? So, when I think about the Powerball Lottery or any lottery, I think of just about nothing but chaos, okay? So to find any kind of consistency within that chaos is, a big first step for me, okay? So the consistency is that I usually get double-digit numbers per color, okay? Now you can see that the 8 only has a single-digit number, okay? And that just came up, and it happens every once in a great while. But you can see my color code kind of acts like a caterpillar, okay? So you can see that there's 19 numbers here, and they're just going to flow right down, and then, this purple will have double-digit numbers in no time here, okay? Probably in another drawing or two. In fact, I can see, if it will, I get the 16, 18, 33, 37, and 50. So the 18 is blue. That's gonna turn purple. The 37 and 50. The 37 will turn purple. No, it's down here. Okay, but the 18's here too. But again, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have double-digit numbers here in no time. Okay, so when you have consistency, then things could get predictable. Okay, so I'm going to try to correctly predict what color group will not be coming up. Okay, so my first clue is I'm going to look over here and I'm going to try to correctly guess what the majority of the numbers will be. Will they be odd or even? Okay, so you can see in the last 7 drawings, it's been to the odds. Odd numbers have been the majority. Okay, so for this drawing, I'm gonna predict that it's gonna be even numbers. Okay, so I think more even numbers are gonna come up. So I'm gonna look at each color and look at which one has the most odd numbers to it. Okay, and I'll probably get rid of that. Okay, so let's start with the red. How many odd numbers do I have? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 14. That's pretty good. Okay, and then orange. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 13. That's not too bad either. For the green, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 19. That's not very good. Okay, and then blue, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 15. That's not great. And then the purple, I got 1, 2 out of 8. Okay, so the one that sticks out to me the most, even though there's only 8 numbers here in purple, that doesn't really mean all that much. Okay, so I'm going to go with the red. And I'm going to say that no red numbers are going to come up. Okay, so I'm going to block out these red numbers off of my game card. Okay, so when I block out numbers like this means I'm not even going to consider these numbers when I'm picking what I think will be the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so I'm going to block these out. Now, if I made the correct guess here and none of these red numbers come up, then I just reduce the odds for myself a little bit, giving myself, well, better odds to win some kind of prize with the Powerball Lottery. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the next strategy. I call it the individual numbers. Okay, so maybe you heard the saying divide and conquer. All right, so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to divide all these numbers as much as possible and then trying to conquer it. So hopefully I conquered the game card and no red numbers come up. Okay, so with the individual numbers here, you can see the individual numbers are at the top. Okay, now the winning numbers that just came up are over here to the left. Again, it was the 31, 39, 47, 51, and 53. Okay, so up here at the top, I took all 69 numbers and I divided it into 7 different groups. Okay, so group 1 has the numbers of 1 through 9. Of course, this is the only group with 9 numbers, where the other 6 have 10 numbers to it. Okay, so this 3 right here, this tells me in the last drawing there was 3 groups that got hits to it. So that means 4 of these groups did not have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so again, the strategy is try to correctly guess what group will not have the winning Powerball number to it and eliminate that group of numbers off of the game card. Okay, so let me show you how the color code goes hand in hand with this. Okay, so as I'm looking at the colors, I look for a color that hasn't come up in a while. Okay, so here I got the red, I got green, blue, so I need orange and purple. So here's the purple, and as I keep on going down here, you know, orange is way down here. Okay, so I'm thinking that an orange number is going to come up here pretty soon. Okay, so let's go back to the game card and look at the numbers of 1 through 9 to see if there's any orange numbers here. Okay, and you can see that the 2 is here. Okay, so maybe the 2 will be coming up tonight. Okay, I have a feeling that a orange number will be coming up pretty soon. So maybe it will be tonight or pretty soon. So as I go back to the game card as well, the 2, okay, it's right here. Okay, so it has 2 more drawings after this to come up as well. Okay, so I need to have a red number here in order it to be orange at some point. Okay, so the 2 is the best bet. That will be coming up, you know, either this drawing or in the next couple of drawings. Okay, so going back, let's check out the 10 through 19 numbers. Okay, so I see orange, green, blue, so I need red and purple. So here's the red, and finally the purple's down here. Okay, so, you know, I wanted to find out, you know, in a pretty quick manner of how many drawings it's been since a purple number has come up. So what I decided to do was make this every 5 drawings, this big square right here. Okay, I broke it down into every 5 drawings, and that makes it just easier to count. Okay, so it's been 5, 10, 15. I'm going on 16, 17 drawings since a purple number has come up. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers of 10 through 19 and see if there's any purple numbers there. Okay, so I got a couple. I got the 12 and the 13. And again, I'm just going to keep this in the back of my mind for now. Okay, so I really like that 2. And let's check out the 20s. Okay, so I see red, orange, green, purple. I don't see any blue. So here's the blue right here. It's been 5, 10, 15, 16 drawings or so. Let's check out the blue. So I got the 20. I got a lot of them, the 27, 28, and 29. So there's 4 of them here. That's a lot of options. Okay, so going back, let's check out the 30s. I see red, orange, green, blue, and purple. All 5 colors are right here, so you know that's no big help. And then the 40s, I got red, orange, green, purple. I don't see any blue, and here it is. So you know it's not very deep here, so that's no big help either. Okay, so moving on to the 50s, I got red, green, blue, purple. Where's the orange? Down here. So it's been 5, 10, 15, going on 16 drawings. So let's check out the 50 numbers for orange. I got the 54 and 57. Okay, and the last one is the 60s. I see red, green, blue, purple. I don't see any orange again. So here it is down here. So it's been 5, 10, 15, 20, something like 22 drawings. So let's check out the 60 numbers for orange, and I got the 63, 65, and 68. Okay, so again, I'm just going to keep those numbers in the back of my mind for now. Okay, but the overall strategy here is try to correctly guess what color group, well, what group will not be coming up, will not have a hit to it. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this down so we can see the whole card. So what I look for here, or what I should say here is, since I divided this into 5 drawings, these squares, I noticed that the average is 4 hits per 5 drawings. Like this one here is like the perfect one to show you. Okay, so that's kind of the average. Okay, so I look for something above average. I'm just starting out with this new one here, a new 5. Okay, but I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the 50s. You can see that there was 6 numbers here, so that's way above average. The 40s was average. The 30s was above average. Below average, below, and the 60s were below as well. Okay, so I like to look for things that have been really, really hot because I just think that they're going to cool down eventually. Okay, so another thing that I like to look for is I like to call this a position. Okay, so here's position 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, of course. Okay, so I look for position 1 had a hit to it. Okay, so then I'll go down to the next one. Okay, we'll check out these 30 numbers. So I had a hit here, then I had a hit here, a hit here, one here, here, and then finally there's a miss. So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's not going to go 6, So I'm looking at that, saying that, and I'm going to go with the 30 numbers. I'm going to say that no 30 numbers are going to come up. So I'm going to go back to the game card, and I'm going to eliminate the 30 numbers off of my game card. Okay, so I'll start with the 30, 31 is already gone. So I'll start with the 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. And that's it, so I'll get rid of those. And hopefully those 30 numbers will not come up. Okay, so again, if I made the correct guesses here, and none of these blocked out numbers come up, then the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers still have to be left here on my game card as a highlighted number. Okay, so moving on to the next strategy. I call this my groups, okay? So this I call group 4 because I just simply divided the 69 numbers into 4 different color groups, okay? I also have a group 6 where I've divided things into 6 different color groups, and the big advantage of this is that there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers. So I know that one of these groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, then I have a group 8 where I know that 3 of these groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. And then I have a group 10 where this is the best advantage, the best odds, because there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, and I know that 5 of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so going back to 4, I'm just going to update this here, give you a visual on how things work. So again, the numbers were the 31, which is in blue. So I'll put the 1 down here. Again, that represents the 31. And then it was the 39 and 47 and 51. So they're all in orange. Again, the 39, 47, and 51. And then the 53 was in green. So that means there is no winning Powerball numbers in the red area. Okay, so I hit 3 out of the 4 groups. And the majority of the numbers are over here to the right side. So I'm going to color this 3 green. Now, if the majority of the numbers that were over to the left side, I would keep that 3 red. Okay, so the reason why I do that is when I see something like this, where I see it's mostly all green, okay, I look at it as like flipping a coin. How many times can a coin come up heads before it comes up tails, right? So I look at this and I say, well, it's been really green. When's it going to turn red? Okay, you can see that, it's turning red right now. So I'm looking at this and saying, okay, what color do I think this is going to be? Okay, it's a 50-50 guess, right? Either red or green. And I'm thinking that this is going to be red. Okay, so I think the majority of the numbers will be over on this side. And a triple hit, I call this a triple hit, comes up a lot. Okay, so you can see that there's a couple zeros down here, but for the most part, a triple hit comes up. Okay, so I'm looking at this blue and I'm thinking that I think that this is going to be a triple hit. So I think that there's going to be at least one number here is what I'm thinking. Okay, maybe even two, possibly even three. Okay, now I got rid of all the 30 numbers, so it's from the 18 to the 29 really. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so I still have a lot of numbers here. I got 4 and 3 are 7 and 3 more are 10. There's 10 numbers in here, so I'm thinking at least one of these are going to come up. Which one? Yeah, good question. Okay, so let's keep on working. Hopefully we'll eliminate all the numbers that won't be coming up and we'll just reveal the 5 that will be coming up. Okay, so that's the strategy. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, where is the 0 going to come up? Okay, so this is really hard to pick where the 0 is going to come up. It's certainly a lot easier with group 6, group 8, and group 10. Now, 000 does come up, but it's very rare. But this red has a chance to be a 000. But I don't like it because I really like that 2. Okay, so one thing that I look for is like a streak of red. Okay, I like to see a streak really, really long here. Okay, so let's move on to number 2. I got 7 of these option cards to choose from. So let's go over them. Okay, so again, a triple hit comes up the most. I look at this and I say, okay, what kind of information could this, I look at it and say, what's the best wording here? I'm trying to think of the best wording to say is that, hits come up a lot more than misses with this. Okay, so since there's 4 color groups and there's 5 white winning Powerball numbers, zeros don't come up a lot. So again, it's hard to pick. So I look at this and I say, okay, the benefit of this is that there's usually always a triple hit. So why don't I want to use that, Why don't I use the information that will benefit me the most, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm kind of liking the red. And I'm kind of liking the green as well, of course, because the 2's there. But I am kind of thinking that there's going to be something over here as well. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I am thinking that this is going to be a red number, so I think the majority of the numbers will be over here. And I kind of like both of these to have a triple hit to them. So I like the 2, of course. But I think there's going to be a hit over here in the blue as well. Okay, so we'll move it on. I forgot what I was going to say here, but I don't really see anything here that I like. Maybe this blue to have a hit to it. I am thinking that this is going to be a red number, so I believe the majority of the numbers will be over here. So let's take a look at that blue. Again, I like this whole thing over here to have a hit to it, so maybe it's going to be between 5 and 17. And I did like this area right here. So I'm looking at the 37, 38, 46, 47. Maybe it will be that 47. Maybe it will come up 3 drawings in a row. You never know. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so I'm looking over here and I see, like a lot more red than green. So I am thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be over here. So kind of liking this orange. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so I have another 000 opportunity here. But I don't like it because it represents all even numbers. And I think the majority of the numbers that will be coming up will be odd. I mean, I think they will be even. So I'd rather get rid of the odd numbers. The odd numbers are the blue and the red. I'm kind of liking this blue right here to have the 0 to it. But I'm going to move on. Okay, this is my last option card to look at here. So I'm looking at this and I think that this is going to be a red number. So I think the majority will be over here. So kind of liking this red to have a triple hit to it. And there's that 47 again. Okay, so with this blue, this is what I'm talking about. If you've been following with me, you always seen some kind of blue mark here within this top area. And there has been a blue mark in a while. And it does have the opportunity. Blue marks don't come up very often with this, but the thing is that they're all even numbers. So I don't like it, so that's it. I do have an overview of things as well, okay? And I have it with all my groups, okay? So in the last drawing, there was 5 hits and 2 misses in the red area. Same with the blue. There was 6 hits, 1 miss in the orange areas. And then there was, actually this should be... Okay, so there's 3 hits, 3 misses, in the green area. So total, I had 2, 4, and 4, 8 misses total, So usually there's, plenty of zeros to choose from. This means that they're all zeros, okay? So there's 8 zeros in the last drawing, 7 before that, 5, 6, 9. So there's usually plenty of zeros to choose from. It's just that they're very hard to pick. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the group 6. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you Powerball number 2. Okay, so again, I like to keep track of every 3 drawings. So I'm going to give you a visual on this one as well. Okay, so again, it was the 31, which is in red. The 39. The 47 is in green, the 51 is in blue, and the 53 is in red. Okay, so there is 3 red, There's one blue, the 51. And then the 47 was green. Okay, so there's no winning Powerball numbers in the orange. It hit 3 out of the 4 color groups. And the majority of the numbers were over here to the left side, so I'm going to make this 3 red. Okay, so since there's 2 red and 1 green, the majority is red, so I'm going to put a light tint to it. Okay, so if there's a triple hit, I color it a really dark red. And if there's 2 hits, I color it a lighter red. And if there's 2 zeros, I color it a light blue. And if there's 3 zeros, which there's not here, I color it a dark blue. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to Powerball number 3. And I'll give you a visual on this one. This is a 6 group. So again, it was the 39, which is green. I'm sorry, the 31. And then the 39 was yellow. The 47 was blue. And the 51 was blue as well. And the 53 was purple. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the red area or the orange. It hit 4 color groups out of 6. And the majority is over here to the right side, so I'm going to keep this for green. Okay, so again, this is why I keep track of every 3 drawings like this, so I could have these staggered. Okay, so I got this one with 1 number at the top. Powerball number 2, I got no numbers at the top. And Powerball number 1, I have 2 numbers at the top. Okay, so I'm going to go to group 6 here. Okay, so again, with 2 numbers at the top, this is the best advantage because now I get to use these tools. Okay, so over here, this tells me how many blue marks. Okay, so in the last drawing, there was 3 blue marks. 1, 2, 3. And with this drawing, I already have 2 blue marks. 1, 2. A triple hit comes up a lot. A triple zero doesn't come up all that much. So what do I have for a triple hit opportunity? I got the red and I got the green. So okay, so I'm looking at this green with the 47 again. Okay, so I think that this is going to be a red number. So I think the majority will be over on this side. I certainly like that blue because the 2 is here. Maybe this red as well. You can see all these dark red bands. Like here it is, it doubled up here, then single, single, then it doubled up. Single, 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 then it doubled up. Single, single, single. Maybe it's due to double up again here. So I'm kind of liking the red and the blue. So I'm going to look over here to pick where I think the 0 is going to be. And you can see this purple has been just really, really hot. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a 0 right here. So I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to mark a blue mark here. And the reason why I do this is when I go to update things, I can look at it and say, hey, did I get this correct? I don't think that none of these purple numbers came up, or one of these purple numbers came up and burned me, you know. Okay, so I'm going to go with the 10, 11, 21, 22. So I'll get rid of the 10, 11, 22. And then I'll get rid of the 9, 17, 25, 26. So I'll get rid of the 9, 17, 25. And then I'll get rid of the 49, 50, 58, 59. Okay, so hopefully none of those numbers come up. And again, if I made the correct pick so far, the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers still have to be left here on my game card as a highlighted number. Okay, so I'm moving on. Now I got 6 of these option cards as well. So we'll take a look at them. Okay, so first I'm going to look at the 2. That's in yellow. So I don't want to say that there's going to be a 0 here because I think there's going to be a hit. I'm kind of liking this. I think that this is going to be a green number, though. I think that the majority will be on this side. So I am liking this blue. I mean, you can see how hot it's been, you know. I kind of look at this as like yin and yang, you know. What's hot will eventually become cold, and what's cold will eventually become hot. That's how I think. Okay, so I'm going to go with this blue. And again, the reason why I'm going with this blue is you can see that it represents all odd numbers. And I think the majority of the numbers that will be coming up tonight will be even. Okay, so that's why I like this blue. So I'm going to go with every odd number up to from 1 to 23. Okay, so I'll get rid of the 1, the 5, the 7, the 13, the 15, the 19, and the 23. And hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. Okay, I just want to take a look at the triple hits for a second. I got the orange and I got the green. Kind of liking this orange. You can see they represent all odd numbers, so that's really no big help. So I'm moving on. Well, certainly one thing that I look for is like this big band of red. Let's look down. Here's another 3. Another 3. Here's one that went 4. Another one that went 4. I mean, boy, it just went on a hot streak here. I am thinking that this is going to be a red number, so I think the majority of the numbers will be over here. So I am kind of liking this purple. I think I'll go for it. So I'll get rid of the 35 to the 65, and then the 57, 58, 66, 67. So I'll get rid of the 56, 65, 57, 67. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. Okay, I do have a 000 opportunity here. You can see that it went on a wicked 0 streak. Maybe it's due to have a couple in a row. You know, this yellow does get rid of a lot of odd numbers here. So I think I'm going to go for it. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the 14, 15, 16, 20. And then I get rid of the 35, 44, 49. So I'll get rid of that 44. And then I'll go with the 59, 61, 63, 69. So I'll get rid of the 63, 69. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so I'm moving on. Option card number 5. Okay, so I see a lot of red here. Then a little bit of green. I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number. I think the majority will be on this side. So the one that sticks out to me the most is this orange. You can see how hot it's been. And hopefully this will be a 0 here. So I'm going to go with this orange. I'll start with the 8 and then get rid of the 36, 37 all the way down. Then the 48, 58, 66. So I'll get rid of the 8, the 46, 54, 64, and the 48. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. I got 2 more option cards. Okay, so I'm looking over here. I see a lot of green. I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number, but I see 4 red numbers right here, so I'm not positive on that, you know. So, and I'm liking this orange. You know, I see a single blue, single blue, single blue, single blue, single blue. And then finally it doubles up here. So maybe it's due to double up on the blues, which means the 0 will be right here. That's what I'm thinking, so I'm going to go for it. Okay, so orange, I got 5, 8, 25, 26, and 21, 22. Which are all gone. Okay, and then I got the 36, 42, 46, 50, 66, 69. So I believe that's the only one. Yep, okay, so moving on, I got one last one. Looking at this, I see a lot more red than green, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number, which means I believe the majority will be on this side. I'm kind of liking this orange to have a 000 to it. But that would get rid of the 2, so I can't have that. So I think I kind of pushed my luck on this group 6 here, so I think I'm going to be done. I do have the overview. We'll take a look at the overview. And certainly one of the things that I see right off the bat is all these single blue marks here in the yellow. So maybe it's due to double up on the blue marks. So let's take a look at those yellows again. Where the 000s have been on a hot streak here. Okay, so this one I went for. was looking at this yellow, and then I saw the 2. Actually, I do kind of like this yellow one right here. Maybe I will go with this one. Okay, so it's the 15, 21, 23, 24, 29, 32. Okay, I believe I said the 24 and 29. Okay, then the 36, 37, 46, 54, 56. And those are all gone. Okay, so hopefully those 2 numbers do not come up. Okay, so I'm getting down here. And now I exhausted all the group 6s, so I'm going to move on to group 8. Again, I know that 3 of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so let's take a look over here. I think that this number is going to be red, so I think the majority will be on this side. Kind of liking this green to have a hit. Okay, so the 27 to the 34. I do have the 27, 28 still on the board. Okay, so a 000 comes up a lot more than a triple hit with the group 8. Okay, so I got 3 000 opportunities. I'm kind of liking this blue because it's just been so hot. But you know what? I did say that I kind of like that 12. So I think I'll keep that. And I'm going to move on. Okay, so this is from the last drawing. I got to get rid of it, obviously. Okay, so I'm looking over here right now. You know, I don't see too many 2s at all. I don't see any 2s. Oh, here's one right here. Okay, so I got the yellow and the turquoise that are definitely going to be blue marks. But as you can see, there's usually 3 or 4 of them that come up. Okay, so I know that the pink and the green is out. So I got the red, blue, orange, purple. So I got 4 to choose from. And the one that kind of stands out the most is this blue. But that would get rid of the 2, so okay, so I'm moving on. I don't really like anything here. You know, and this is why I gave myself so many option cards, so I could cherry pick through these things and, of course, give myself the best opportunity to win a big prize. You know, okay, so looking at this, again, a 000 comes up a lot. So I got the purple and turquoise. And looking at this, I think that this is going to be a green number. So I think the majority will be on this side. Again, so far I only have 2 blue marks. So I got the blue, green, yellow, and pink. Okay, so I really don't like anything here as well, so I'm going to move on. Excuse me. Okay, so I got the yellow and the turquoise for a 000 opportunity, and a 000 hasn't come up in a long time with the turquoise. And you can see with every other color, you know, a 000 comes up a lot. So I'm kind of liking this turquoise. Even though that they're all even numbers, I still like it. So I'm going to get rid of the 6, 8, 14, 16. And then there was something here, but there's nothing there. So I get rid of the 6, and hopefully that 6 does not come up. See if that 52 is still there. Yeah, it is, so I'll get rid of that as well. And hopefully those two numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. Again, a 000, I got the red, orange, turquoise. I'm looking at this thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I believe the majority of the numbers will be on this side. And I am liking this orange again. So maybe I'll go with this orange, and I'll get rid of the 57 to the 69. So I'll get rid of the 60 and the 68. And hopefully those numbers do not come up. Let me go back to the individual numbers real quick. I want to take a look at the 60s. Okay, a purple number did just come up. I guess I was looking at the orange. Oh, that 68 was orange. I think I'm going to change that. Changed my mind. Okay, so I'm going to move on to Powerball number 6. See what I see. Again, a 000 comes up a lot. Looking at the pink, yellow, and purple. I don't see too many dark red bands, so I am thinking that this is going to be a red number. So I think the majority will be on this side. You can see the 000 is way down here on the purple, so maybe it's due for another one. Okay, so the 3, 4, 12, 13. Oh, I did like that 12. I changed my mind on that again. So one thing that I'm looking at is these dark red bands here. You can see that they have never doubled up. And now it has the opportunity to double up, and I think that's what's going to happen. So I think the majority of the numbers will be on this side. So I got the 000 with the purple and the turquoise. Okay, so I really don't like anything, so I'm moving on. I got 2 more option cards, 8 and 9. I got 9 option cards here. Okay, so the 000, I got the blue and the orange and the yellow. Kind of thinking that this number will be red, so I think the majority will be on this side. I'll take a look at this yellow. I see that, there's a couple of odd numbers here, but nothing to get too excited about. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so I don't see too many dark green marks. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a dark green. So I do believe the majority of the numbers will be on this side. So I got a 000 opportunity here with the orange. Again, it gets rid of all even numbers, so I don't really like that. And I guess that's it. So I'm going to take a look at the overview. Okay, so you can see that I border. You see these borders? Okay, so I border something up when it flip-flops. Okay, so you see the 4-5, and then the next one is 5-4. It flip-flops, so I border it up. So I look for something that has been bordered in a while. Okay, you can see that with this blue, the last bordering was way down here, where all the other colored groups have had a border pretty close to the top. Okay, so maybe this is due. So maybe it's going to be 6-3. So let's take a look at these blues. Again, there's the 12. There's the 2. Okay, so I got the 40, 41, 60, 63. I got all of them here. But I did kind of like that 68. Okay, so here, this might be one of the zeros. Okay, it did say I did like that 27 or the 28. They're both in here. Okay, so this one might be another 0 as well. Hopefully, anyways. Well, there's the 18. Okay, so there's the 2 again. And maybe this one will be another 0 to it. I'm going to go with this blue. And I'm going to get rid of the 43. And hopefully that number does not come up. Okay, so you can see I'm getting down here. I got 3, 6, 10, 11. Okay, so the reason why I believe in this game so much is because one time I reduced all the numbers down to 10, and the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers landed within those 10 numbers. Okay, so let's assume that that's going to happen again. Okay, so I'm looking at these 11 numbers, and again, I just got to assume that the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers are still left here on my game card. Okay, so moving on to group 10. Now I have 3 of these option cards. And because there's 5 of these color groups that can't come up, a 000 comes up a lot. In fact, you can see that there's no zeros. Oh, here's 1 0. But only 1 0 out of all these. So let's see what I have for a 000 opportunity. I got the red, yellow, and brown. Okay, so I see a bunch of red here, so I'm kind of thinking that this number is going to be green. So I think the majority of the numbers will be on this side. So I am kind of liking this red. Okay, so I think I'll go for it. Oops. Okay, so the 3, 4, 44. Actually, the 40. $63, $65, and the 57. I believe that they're all gone. Yep, okay. So moving on. Again, a 000 comes up a lot. So I got the orange, the purple, the yellow, brown, and light blue. I am thinking that this is going to be a red number, so I think the majority will be on this side. And a 000 that hasn't come up in a while is here in the yellow. And that gets rid of all odd numbers, and I know all those numbers are gone, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be on this side. Actually, this isn't all done yet. Okay, so the 31 was in red. The 39.53 was in turquoise. The 47 and the 51 were both light blue. So there's no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, orange, green, purple, yellow, pink, and brown. Okay, so it hit 3 out of the 10 color groups, so I'm going to make this green because the majority is on this side. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened there, but it's all corrected now. So what do I have for a 000? I got the blue, the purple, the yellow, pink, and brown. It looks like this blue hasn't come up in a long time. And I am thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be on this side. So I am liking this blue. And it does get rid of all odd numbers, and I know that they're all gone. Okay, so I'm going to go to the overview. And what I look for here is a 03 that hasn't come up in a while. And the one that sticks out the most here is this pink. So you can see 03s come up a lot. You know, it's fairly close to the top with the red, blue, orange, green, purple, yellow, turquoise. So I'm kind of liking this pink. Let's take a look at the pink again. Okay, this pink could certainly be a 000 here. Let's see if it gets rid of anything. The 2933. 35, 43, 64. All gone. Okay, so that's it for that. You know, I went through all of my option cards here with Powerball number 1. And now we're going to move on to Powerball number 3. Because this one has the second best advantage with at least one number at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna, this is a group 6, but I have 3 group 10s, so I'm gonna go right to those. Because it's my best odds. So again, I'm looking for a 000. So in other words, it's the blue, orange, yellow, pink, brown, and light blue. Kind of liking this yellow. Right. If I take that, I'm going to get rid of that 18. So I'm going to move on. Look at all these zeros here in the red. Let's take a look at that. For a hit, I got the 6, 7, 37, 45, 48, 49, 57. Is there anything left? Well, there's nothing left, so hopefully there'll be another 0 right here. There's another one over here with the light blue. Okay, so I don't really see anything there. I'll move on. Okay, not really seeing anything, so I'm going to go to the overview and look for those 03s. That hasn't come up in a while. And I'm looking at this purple. 03's way down here. So I got the red, blue, orange, green, yellow. This turquoise is down here a little bit as well. But all the other ones have 03s pretty close to the top. So I'm kind of liking the purple and the turquoise. Okay, so I don't really like anything here, so I'll move on. Again, I'm looking for purple and turquoise. Okay, so this purple could be a 000. I do kind of think that this is going to be a green number, so I believe the majority of the numbers will be on this side. Okay, so I don't really see anything that I like. Okay, so again, it's purple and turquoise for this last one. Okay, so didn't really see anything. Okay, so I'm going to move on to 10B. Okay, so a 000 opportunity here hasn't come up in a while. Same thing with the yellow. I'm looking at this and, I was thinking it's going to be a green number. Okay, so again, no big help here, so I'm moving on. Okay, so here's something. Could have a 000 to it. Oh, here's one with the orange. 000 is way down here, so maybe it's due. I am thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be on this side. So I am liking this orange. Okay, so the 1, 11, 21, 30, I think those are all gone. And then the 42, 50, 58 are all gone as well. Okay, so no big help. Okay, I don't see anything that stands out, but I do believe that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be on this side. Okay, so I really don't see anything, so I'm going to go to the overview. Hopefully you'll see something here. Okay, so with this red, maybe this will double up. Like right here. Well, it used to double up a lot in the past. Maybe it's due to double up again. So here the blue was way down here. And the brown is way down here. So I like the blue and the brown. Let's check them out. Kind of liking the blue a little bit more than the brown over here. But I did kind of like that 68. And I do kind of like the 12. So let's move on. Actually, I am kind of liking this purple here, but I don't believe that there's anything left. There's not. Okay, so moving on. Blue and purple is what I'm looking for. Sort of like the blue over here. Blue and brown is what I'm looking for, actually. So the 3 to the 21 and the 40 to the 67. Don't like it. And that was it. So moving on to group 10C. Okay, so looking at this, I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number, so I think the majority will be on this side. Okay, so I really don't like anything here, so I'm gonna move on. Okay, so I think that this is going to be a red number, so I think the majority will be on this side. So 000 hasn't come up in a long time here with the light blue. That would get rid of the 4150. I think I'll take it. I get rid of that 41. So the 31119, 4150, 5766. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, so looking at this one, again, as 000 hasn't come up in the light blue. Maybe we'll double up on the red here. Okay, I just can't seem to eliminate these things. So I got 3, 6, 9 left. I need to get down to 6. So I think what I'm going to do is look at these 6 groups and try to predict what's going to come up instead of what's not going to come up. Actually, I'm kind of liking this yellow. You see it's a single blue mark, single, single, single. Maybe it's time to double up with a couple zeros here. Okay, so I'll get rid of the 27. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and again, the 000 doesn't come up all that much. But I'm looking at the other colors here, so I see one in the red, I want one in the blue, one in the orange, one in the green, one in the purple, but I've never seen one here in the yellow. So maybe that's due to happen. I did kind of like that 62 and 68. I went with that yellow. That would get rid of all the 60s. I'm going to take a look at the individual numbers again here real quick. I'm up to here. So a 60 number hasn't come up in the last 2 drawings. Maybe it will go 3. Well, I got rid of all my odd numbers. So I'm looking at this saying this was odds 5 to 0. So all 5 of these were odd numbers, right? So maybe we'll just kind of flip-flop as well and be 5 all even numbers. Okay, so I'm just going to have to improvise here, I guess. So I'm going to go with, I'll get rid of the 4. I like that 68, so I get rid of the 60 and the 62. I like all the other numbers. I like the 2, I like the 12, I like the 18, I like the 28, and I like the 68. So that would be a 3-color combination, which comes up the most. So I think I'll go with that. So I'll go with the 2, the 12, the 18, the 28, and the 68. Let's pick out a Powerball. Okay, so here's the Powerball numbers here. So the last drawing, the Powerball was the 6, so I need to update this. Okay, so there's 26 red numbers in the Powerball Lottery. So over on this left side, excuse me, I just divided the numbers in 2. So if you see a blue number, that's low, 1 to 13. And if you see a red number, that's high, 14 to 26. Over here on the right side, I divided the numbers into odds and evens. So if you see a red number, that's odds. If you see a black number, that's evens. Okay, so looking at this, a 3 to 2 comes up the most. Okay, but I'm thinking that this is going to be a 4 to 1. Okay, so on this side, and probably a 3 to 2 on this side. Well, it has to be 3 to 2. It's already 2 to 2. Okay, so a pattern that comes up a lot is like this one right here. Like this 14 will come up, then the 5, then the 19, then the 14 will come right back up. Here it is with the 9, the 10, 7, then the 9 comes right back up. The 10, 2, 20, 10 comes right back up. The 6, 5, 11, 6 comes right back up. Okay, so here it is with the 25, 24, 25 comes right back up. The 12, 5, 26, 12. Okay, so that hasn't happened in a little while here. So I'm going to hope that that happens with this 1. The 1 came up, the 23, the 6, and then I'm hoping that the 1 will come right back up. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Powerball number 1. Okay, so I think Sherlock Holmes said it the best when he said, it's a matter of deduction. So if, and that's a big word here, if these blocked out numbers don't come up, then these 5 highlighted numbers have to come up. Okay, so let's go over the odds. The odds of getting the grand prize, all 5 white ball numbers and a red ball, the odds are 1 in 292 million that you're going to get it correct. My game is mostly geared up for the white ball numbers. Okay, so if you could get all 5 white ball numbers with the power play, it pays $2 million. Okay, that will certainly look nice in my bank account. But the odds of getting it correct are 1 in 11,688,000. Okay, so in other words, you can make nearly 12 million 5-number combinations out of 69 numbers. Okay, so I don't want to give any kind of illusions that this is going to be easy to win. So another great prize to win would be 4 white ball numbers and a red ball. That pays $50,000 plus the power play if you play it. You can see the odds are just about 1 in a million. Okay, so I do like to play responsibly. I like to pay $3 per drawing. Okay, there's 3 drawings per week. There's 52 weeks in a year. If you add all that up, I will spend $468 on my game, Decoding the Powerball. Okay, so in closing, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Okay, so again, you can support my game through my Patreon page at patreon.com/decoding the Powerball. And if you'd like to give me any feedback, then please email me at decodingpowerball@gmail.com. Again, that's just decodingpowerball@gmail.com. And as always, with $87 million on the line, I want to wish you the best of luck with your picks.